A Rochester man has been arrested for the September murder of a woman on Pierce Street. 54-year-old Ronald Lagasse was arrested today and charged with the murder of 65-year-old Mary Simser. Lagasse is a level 3 sex offender following his 1997 conviction for the rape of a 15-year-old. He was 29 at the time. Police are still investigating to determine if Lagasse and Simser knew each other prior to the murder. Rochester police were called to Pierce Street around 11 p.m. on September 24th, and they found a woman dead in the alley. Simser had suffered blunt force trauma to the head and neck. She had also been sexually assaulted at some time before the murder.
What's up, everybody? Back at you with another episode of Blood on the Razor Wire TV. We're going out in the streets. We're doing some things. Everything that we do isn't always caught on video. It isn't for everybody. You know, some people say, oh, you're trying to make yourself look better by going out there and feeding these people. And man, it's not even about that. It's really not. But anyway, this is a crazy story right here because I had seen this dude a couple weeks ago. He was outside screaming, yelling, punching in the air. He was obviously, on drugs, whatever. But eventually I find out that his mother had recently been killed after that video of him bugging out. And his mother was killed by an SO, a guy that had just spent a bunch of time in state prison, came home. His mother was unfortunately outside prostituting. And someone did some vicious things to her, things that we can't say on YouTube. And I knew that this was the kid and that was his mom, so I stopped, I seen him, I talked to him. We did a little interview, bought him and his father some food, offered to take them to rehab, went back the next day. They didn't want to go to rehab yet, but they're talking like they want to. I think they're going to. It's starting to get cold. They really have nowhere to go. This kid's 26 years old. So hopefully he'll take my offer. I'll be able to pick him up. If we can do that, I am going to put that on video because I want you to see the other side of what we're doing, right? Because I do feel like I owe a debt to society. That same neighborhood that these people are abusing drugs in is the same exact neighborhood, the same exact strip, Lyle Avenue, where I had, numerous drug houses once upon a time. I helped contribute to the, to the deterioration of that neighborhood. So anyway, man, this is his interview. And, it's crazy. He's 26 years old. But this is the interview with this brother, all right? What's up, brother? How are you?
How you doing, man? I'm doing all right.
I seen you the other day, man, out here probably about 2-3 weeks ago. You were going crazy, man. I think you might have been on some drugs.
Yeah.
What were you using?
I was using heroin and cocaine.
Do you think it affects you? Makes you go a little crazy?
Yeah, it makes me act different.
Is it the fentanyl?
Yeah, it's a big part of it. It makes me black out, so I don't know exactly what I'm doing.
Okay. Tell the people what your name is.
My name is Jonathan Simser.
Jonathan Simser. And how old are you, Jonathan?
I'm 26 years old.
26 years old.
Yeah.
And your mother was recently killed out here on the street, correct?
Yes.
Who killed your mother? You don't have to say his name. I know he's been arrested, but he was a level 2 sex offender, right?
Yes, sir.
And you don't have to call me sir, buddy, but it's all good. Let me ask you about your mom, man. Your mom was a prostitute, right?
Yes, she was.
She was a prostitute. How old was your mother?
She was 65.
65. Was she a drug addict?
Yes, she was.
She was. And she was, unfortunately, man, and I feel, I can't even imagine what you went through, but, you lost your mother, man. What was it like to find that out about your mom?
It was heart-crushing, man. I don't know. I didn't know how to take it at first. I didn't believe it. I didn't feel like it was real until it finally hit reality.
Yeah.
When it hit reality, it felt like it just went down below.
When you were little, right? Was your mother using drugs when you were a little kid?
No, not when I was younger. She was just smoking marijuana.
Okay. Where'd you grow up at?
I grew up in Groveland, by Geneseo,
Yeah.
New York. And I moved out to the city when I was 14. And that's when I started getting on all the harder drugs and stuff. We were smoking weed when we were out in the country.
Yeah.
But when we came out here, that's when we got on the harder drugs and stuff. And then it just got out of control.
You were 14 years old and started using drugs at 14.
Yeah.
And your father, is he a drug addict? Is he around?
He was an alcoholic, but me and him just recently stopped drinking together. He's down there on Lyle Avenue right now.
What's he doing on Lyle?
I was just sitting there waiting for me, but we're homeless, so we don't really got where places to go and all that stuff, so we sit around.
Yeah. Was your mom homeless?
No.
She had a place to go?
Yeah.
Did you guys used to go there when you were cold or anything?
Yeah. Yeah, we would go there when we're cold and hungry.
Dude, you're 26 years old, man. What do you want to do with your life?
Oh, I'm talking to my dad about going to rehab and we're going to fix this up. And I want to go to get an apartment for me and him. Just like, get back to the way it should be. Because this ain't no type of way to live.
You know, people that haven't lost their mother can't even begin to imagine what it's like to lose your mother, man. You lost your mother in a very violent way, correct?
Correct. It's not like she died on her own, like peacefully. They took her. They took her from this world, and they took her from us. That's just not fair.
It's not fair. What is it like to lose your mom, bro? Do you feel alone? Do you feel lost?
I feel lost, as in, is there something that I was supposed to know? Was there something that was supposed to be said? Was I supposed to talk to her one last time before this happened? Was it even supposed to happen?
That's good. It's outrageous, man.
There's a lot of questions.
Have the police talked to you and your dad and all of that stuff?
Yeah.
Did they kind of tell you what happened?
Yeah, they told me.
What happened?
She got beat to death and then she got sodomized with tree branches.
By some sex offender that just did 15 or 20 years in state prison in New York, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I'm going to put his picture up. He was recently arrested.
Yeah. Yeah, the ponytail. He used to collect scrap metal around here.
Yeah, let me ask you this. How do you feel when you found out it was him? Do you want to lash out? Do you want to inflict violence on him?
I wanted to burn him alive in his house while he was sleeping.
Yeah?
I wanted to, but I held myself back.
Oh, so you knew it was him before he was arrested?
I found out when I found out, then I wanted to do it. And then I held myself back, and all of a sudden I heard you got arrested. So I was like, okay.
Let me ask you this too. I see your face is a little beat up. Your eye, your nose. What happened?
Oh, I was smoking K2 yesterday, and I fell and hit my face in the pole outside. That shit hurt.
Before you got into drugs and all, did you ever have a job or graduate from high school?
Yeah, actually I did. I graduated from Geneseo High School, and I am a roofer.
You're a roofer?
Yeah, I do roofing. It's just last summer I had my femur broken in half, so I can't lift heavy stuff right now. I gotta wait a little longer for it to heal.
Do you want to get off drugs, man?
Yeah, I'm planning on going to rehab pretty soon here with my dad.
When do you plan on doing that?
In the next week.
You want to do it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Do you need a ride?
Yeah, if it's available, I'll go tomorrow.
There is a ride, and it is available. Right. I'd like to take you tonight, but I got some other things that I have to do, but I will come back.
Right.
If that's something that you want to do.
Yeah.
You're out here on the street, right? I mean, do you see a lot of violent stuff happening here on Lyle Avenue?
Oh, yeah. Yesterday morning I saw some dude fucking take this woman's purse. She had a pit bull, took her purse and just took her pocketbook out of it and threw her purse back at her. I laughed at her and ran away. So
he used his dog to rob her?
Yeah.
Was she a drug addict or?
I'm not sure.
She might have just been a regular old person, huh?
Yeah, he just walked up on her with his dog and robbed her.
Unbelievable.
Yep, stuff's happening out here. It's crazy.
Yeah. Are you ever worried you're going to lose your life out here?
Yeah. There's been a few times where I've been kind of worried about that.
How about, I've seen some young dudes like beating up drug addicts and stuff out here. They ever beat you up just because you were a drug addict?
No.
You ever been beat up by drug dealers?
Yeah.
What'd they beat you up for?
Because I owed them money.
How much money did you owe them?
$20.
So over $20, they beat you up over $20.
Yeah.
How are you making money right now? I know you're homeless or you're working. What are you doing?
I got little side jobs. I do clean up for Family Dollar and all that, and I clean up around, stores, and I panhandle.
Fly a sign?
Yeah, that too.
Are you embarrassed?
Yeah.
How much money do you make a day flying a sign out here on Lyle Avenue in Rochester, New York?
Shit, about $130, $140 a day sometimes.
Don't you think you could make more money if you were working a job?
Yeah.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Be less dangerous, huh?
Yeah.
It's crazy because you're 26 years old. You have your whole life ahead of you. You are the dictator. You are in the driver's seat. Yeah. You understand that?
Yep.
Do you want to have a better life?
Yes.
Do you got kids?
No, not yet.
You ever want to get married, have a wife, and be a dad?
Yeah.
A husband?
Yeah.
All the you're saying yeah, but is that how you really feel?
Well, yeah, but first things first, I gotta fix my life before I can I gotta make my life right before I could do that.
100%, and that's what we're talking about. That's where we're going here. Right. I'm talking about getting into that rehab center, looking in that mirror at what you look like now. Look at yourself 30 days from now and say, look, man, I don't want to be that old guy anymore. I want to be the new me. You lost your mother, man. You lost your mother out here on the streets in a violent way.
It doesn't feel good either.
Did you ever have time to mourn?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you cry that night?
Yeah, I cried for the first fucking 3 or 4 days.
Did your mom love you, man?
Yeah.
You love your mom?
Yep. She told me before she died, she said, you know, if anything ever happens to me, just remember I love you. And I'm just remembering that every day.
I'm going to share something with you. I just almost lost my mom. We had to take her to the hospital. She got real sick. My sister found her. My sister called me and said, hey, you got to come to the hospital now. It's not looking good. And I felt that, man. I felt that. I got physically sick. I vomited. I felt that. And you're only 26 years old, man. That's too young to lose your mother. You're too young to be out here on the street. No age is good to be out here on the street. You're 26 years old flying a sign. You're 26 years old smoking K2, falling down and busting up your face.
Right.
You're 26 years old without a home to go to. I'm going to help you, man. If you want my help, I am going to help you. I see you every single day. You're either on Lyle or you're on Whitney. You're on these side streets. I'm going to help you.
I do need help.
Yeah. You ever been to jail before?
Yeah.
You been to jail?
Yeah.
Where, in Monroe County?
Yeah.
For what?
Petty larceny.
Petty larceny. What's jail like for you when you go down there?
It's same thing every time, you know.
You ever get beat up down there?
Yeah, one time.
What'd they beat you up for?
Well, they thought that I went in someone's cube when Henrietta was open. Remember Henrietta?
Yeah, back up a little bit so the camera can see you.
Remember when Henrietta was open, they had the cubicle type things?
Yeah.
Well, someone thought that I went in their cube and I stole some ramen noodles out of their cube, so they beat me up, but I didn't.
Beat you up over ramen noodles.
Yeah, I didn't even take them.
Listen, man, I really hope that we can do something and you can be a success story. I want to see you go to rehab. I want to see you get out. I want to come back and a year from now, hopefully you'll be on a roof somewhere, man, roofing with your own business, your own truck. If you've got skills, man, you can change your life.
Yeah.
There's good money in roofing. I want to see you get your life together, man. Tell the people, man, how you feel in your heart, man, when you're out here in the cold, homeless.
It hurts. It's a feeling of alone.
A feeling of alone. Was your father and mother together when your mother was killed?
They're married, yeah.
So what's your father going through? Is he mentally and emotionally destroyed?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I've been talking with him, you know, he keeps saying, I keep thinking about my mother all the time. I stop thinking about it.
Yeah. You know, a mother and a father are supposed to provide for their children. You know that?
Yeah.
And your mother's not here to provide for you, man. And your father's homeless. He can't provide for you. Maybe it's your turn to get your life together and help your father.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, listen, man, we're going to get ready to close. And you know what? I appreciate you coming on here, bro. And in all honesty, man, I feel bad for you. I had heard that was your mom that got killed. And now I seen you that day going out there flipping out. And that was probably off of K2. And now I see you out here begging for change. So I pull over. I think you need something to eat, man. When's the last time you ate? Yesterday. Well, we're going to go get you some food real quick, all right? Listen, man, keep your head up. I'm here. I'm going to give you my number. You're going to write it down. You can go to someone will let you use their cell phone to call me. You want to go to rehab tomorrow? I'm going to come get you. We're going to videotape it. We're going to get you some clothes. We're going to take care of you, all right? Don't disappoint me, man. I want to be able to put you on this camera tomorrow going to a rehab.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
All right, man. Have a good night, and I'm going to help you out with some food.
All right.
All right.